Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. So, in this session, we will be understanding how to get the data from database by using record type. So, now as we are using record type instead of CDTs, so we will be querying the record type and we will be fetching the data so we can use that data in our application. So, in our previous session, we have created this record type L2 understand record, and then we have selected our data model. So this is what we have selected, and these are the fields which we have created in our data model. And this is our database, which is connected via connected system. And now we are going to use this database, and then we will be writing the data, reading the data. So we don't have the data right now. So let's do one thing. Let's have some automatic features of Appian, and we will be creating actions in our record. So we will be using that data which we will be feeding to get the data and to query the data. So first, to use that automatic features of Appian, and we need to create an action. So let's go into the actions. So these are very useful features, but we cannot rely on them because according to our need, we have to update these things, right? So we cannot just create and just use it for our application. So if we are doing that, we have to modify it. Let's say I generate a record manually, then it will be according to our need, according to our application need. So in my previous sessions, we will be having the detailed understanding of how to create a record action manually. But here, as we already have understanding of that piece, so we will be generating the record actions automatically. So I just need to go and click on this button. So we have to understand each and every feature of Appian, so that we can reduce the development time and we can do do the uh, main conversion of like the functionality, and we can understand it better, and we can put our main focus on the business, the logic, like how the functionality is working, how we are using it, how what kind of use case we need to create. So in our real time scenarios, we will be having that only, right? We cannot just rely on these automatic features, but here just to understand how these works and how we can quickly get started with these functions, and then we can modify this later on according to our need. So I have chosen all these three options available: create, update, delete. So let's say I don't want to use this one. Let's uncheck this one. And these two I need. So I can click on generate. And this what this will do is basically it's generating all the interfaces, process models, constant data, how we will be going to create and how the process will look like. It will generate everything in the back end, and it will just give us the output of it. So it's a very fast and very helpful feature sometimes when we need to create basic functionality, but in real time this will not work. So now you can see we have used this, and our actions are created. You can see our actions. So we have two actions here. First is the record list action, and we have the record related action. So we already have the understanding how these action works and what are the features, what are the functions of these actions. But here we are not going to focus on this one. So let's move forward, and we have automatically created this. So if I go back in my application and do a refresh, I can see these are created. So this interface we are going for create and update, and this process model we are going to use for create and update. So if I go inside this process model, I will be having all the configurations, automatic configurations by Appian. So let's get back and see the view also. So views is basically all the views whenever we get into the record. So whatever is visible there, the interfaces. So we can also do a automatic generation of these views. So I will click on generate record view, and this will again automatically create the summary view. We don't have to manually create an interface and then configure it and then pass the data. So all these things will be done by Appian for us. So it's a very useful feature for fast development. That's why we call this low code development. And it's done. We can change the record title if you want, but let's save this. So after our work is done, we need to save the record type so it will do a sync. So we are ready for this record type to get the data and to write the data into the DB. So let's see that in our next session.